Autumn on the Line, a North Country football preview, brought to you by LA Quarry, crushed limestone and local delivery, and by Stanley Law. Ask Joe because Joe knows.
Hello and welcome to our half-hour preview of the 2016 high school football season. I'm Rob Crone.
And I'm Mel Busler. Over the next half hour, we will take a look at area teams from Section 3 and Section 10 and see how each one shapes up for the upcoming season.
We begin in Section 3 and the ever-tough Class A National Division, where 3 local teams compete.
The first team we focus on is Coach Sam Milich's Carthage Comets. The Comets finished 2-2 in the division and qualified for the sectionals, where they lost to Fulton 20-14 in the quarterfinals in Carthage. The Comets look to improve on a 3-5 mark from last season, which included victories over rivals Indian River and Watertown. Milich returns approximately 30 players from last year's team, but lost a few players due to military transfers. Milich feels defense will be the strength of his team early on.
We have a lot of kids returning that saw a lot of time last year, and we're led by a couple 3-year varsity starters. So we're thinking that our defensive side of the ball should be ahead of the offense at this point.
Well, coming back, last year we started majority juniors on defense. That'll help out. Last year our defense was pretty good, and hopefully looking for the same this year.
Yeah, we have a lot more seniors than we did. Well, we have a lot of juniors coming back this year. Most of them played last year, so.
Well, we stay in Class A National Division and take a look at a team just 2 years removed from a state title.
That team, Coach Corey Marcel's Indian River Warriors. The Warriors had an up-and-down 2015 season as they looked to defend their title, posting a 6-3 overall record, making it all the way to the Section 3 Class A semifinals, where they lost to Whitesboro 33-8. The Warriors lost a number of players to graduation and military transfers, but also gained a few players. Marcel says the strength of this team will start up front on the offensive side of the ball.
We have 3 of our starting offensive linemen back. We hope that that's going to be somewhat of a strength. The speed, we've got some guys that are fairly quick. The league's very fast as it is, so that's got to be something that hopefully we can compete with.
Yes, sir. Pretty optimistic. We have a lot of athletes this year, and we have a few returnees, so we'll be pretty good this year.
Indian River also has to deal with playing their home games on the road for the first month or so of the season, while the finishing touches are put on a new turf field at the school.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody's excited about it. They've been making steady progress, working real hard to get the turf field ready as soon as possible. The kids are really asking, they want to get at least 1 game, maybe 2 games in on it this year, and hopefully that'll be the case.
The final Class A national team from our area is a team that's made great strides over the past couple of seasons, but is looking to take the next step this season.
That team is Coach Kyle Lallone's Watertown Cyclones. The Cyclones started out the season 2-2, but lost their last 4 contests, which included a 34-20 defeat at the hands of East Syracuse Manoa in the Section 3 Class A quarterfinals. The Cyclones have 15 seniors back from last year's squad and also have 25 sophomores coming up as well, building a solid nucleus. The program on track to make a big jump in Lallone's 3rd season as head coach of the Cyclones.
Yeah, our first year we were 0-8. The next year we were 2-6. So we're building as far as putting a better quality team on the field, and that's what we've been striving for as far as working over the past couple of years, working every single year and working during the summer. So we're really excited about the quality that we're putting on the field, the competition that we're going out each and every week, and we're just excited about the direction of the program.
Yeah, we have some good wide receivers, and we have a QB. He's decent, and he's getting better and better when we go out into camps, and everything's looking pretty good for the.
And that's a look at the 4 area teams competing in Class A and Class B.
Hey, up next, the local teams that are in Class C and Class D. Coming your way after this timeout. Welcome back. The Section 3 Class C North has been dominated by area teams over the years.
But thanks to realignment, one of those teams from Class C has moved down to Class D this year.
Well, there's still a trio of teams still in the mix, including one local team that has dominated the division over the last several years.
That team, Coach Doug Black's General Brown Lions. Last season, the Lions cruised through the Class C North until the final week of the season, where they lost to Thousand Islands 28-6, costing them the regular season title. The Lions would bounce back in the playoffs, advancing to the Class C semifinals, where they lost to Utica Notre Dame 41-22. General Brown losing a number of key players from last year's 7-2 team.
We lost a lot with Evan Will and Dylan Bice graduating. That's a big part of our offense. Thomas Dupe, he's going to be a junior. He'll move into the quarterback spot. We're going to be very young in the backfield. Also, our three-man rotation back there is going to be 2 juniors and a senior. So we got a lot of learning to do.
Yeah, we're trying to make up for the lost seniors like Evan and Dylan, and we're hoping people can stand up, and hopefully the line, we look pretty good. Hopefully they can do good.
Our next Class C North team resides in Lewis County. They've come into the past couple of seasons with high hopes, but seen them dash due to injuries.
That team, Coach Josh Kaufman's Lowville Red Raiders. The Red Raiders had an up-and-down season in 2015, posting a 4-4 overall record, 2-3 in the Class C North. Numbers are up for the Red Raiders, and despite some key losses at the skill positions, Kaufman says expectations are high, and Lowville expects to be in the mix for a postseason trip this season.
We got a lot of returners. We have 17 seniors on the roster this year, which for a Class C school is quite a few. Not too many class sizes of more than 12 or 13 is about the most I've ever had. So we're excited about that. We lost a lot of the skilled positions, but we returned just about everybody up front. So I think the strength of the team will certainly be our guys in the trenches, which is always a good place to start.
I feel pretty hopeful about this season. We have a great offensive lineman returning, all the seniors, almost all with experience, but it's looking pretty good. We have some competition, but we're getting better each year, and I feel confident in our team this year.
We got a lot of seniors coming back. We have a lot of talent. We have a lot of positivity and a lot of guys that are out here wanting to play, so we should do good this year.
The final Class D team we take a look at is a squad that ran off 8 straight wins en route to an unexpected sectional title.
That team, Coach Mike Stevens, Sandy Creek Comets. Sandy Creek posted a perfect 4-0 mark in Class D action and won the Section 3 Class D championship with a 32-12 victory over West Canada Valley, but lost to Tioga in the opening round of the States. Stevens only lost 5 starters from last year's 8-3 team and returns most of his skilled players, which could be bad news for the rest of the section.
You know, they've been working hard. I'm very proud of what they've done all summer. They you know, their off season started the Monday after we got beat in regionals, and they've been working very hard to prepare for this, and so we're excited to get started.
We did lose a few key players, Tyler Brown, Alex Van Rye, but I think we have replacements for them. That there's a couple of kids that have really stepped up and are looking to fill the role.
And when we come back, we'll head up north and take a look at Section 10 teams. Stay tuned. Welcome back. We now travel up north to Section 10 to take a look at teams competing in the 2016 season. Because those teams play in one bracket, we'll break them down in class. We begin in Class A.
That team, Coach Anthony D'Agostino's Messina Red Raiders. 2015 an up and down year for the Red Raiders as they posted a 3-4 record in the regular season and failed to qualify for the playoffs. D'Agostino returns a solid group that has put in a lot of hard work in the offseason and hopes that translates into wins.
I just want us to go out there August 15th. I want us to hit the ground running, work as hard as we can, be the best possible team that we can be, and play to our potential.
And hope we get a winning record. It's been a while since we've had that, and I want more than a winning record. I want to go close to undefeated.
Well, up next is a team that tied with Canton for second place in Section 10 football. It is a team that's always in sectional contention.
That team, Coach Matt Tesmer's OFA Blue Devils. Last season, the Blue Devils finished with a 5-2 overall mark, losing to Gouverneur 21-0 in the Section 10 Class C playoffs. Tesmer lost 11 players from last year's team to graduation, but the cupboard isn't bare for the Blue Devils. with a number of key players coming back and expectations, as always, high for OFA.
Yeah, we do have some experience out there, and we have some younger guys coming up this year that'll infuse us with some talent as well. So we're excited about what they can do, and we're excited about the guys that we already have and the leadership they're going to need to show for us to be successful this year.
I think we'll be bringing a lot of the same players as last year, a lot of experienced people, and a lot of people have been working hard this year.
I feel like we're going to do well. We have a group of young guys who are well experienced, and we'll do good for this team.
Well, we've all been working really hard this summer, and we're trying to get the extra work in so we can be successful for the year. And if everything really clicks this year, we can go to another championship year.
Well, when we come back, we'll take a look at the rest of Section 10 Class C after this timeout. Welcome back. We continue our look at Section 10 teams with one that finished in the middle of the pack in 2015.
That team, Coach Bruce Truax's Larrys of St. Lawrence Central. The Larrys compiled a 3-4 overall record last season, beating Canton to advance to the Section 10 Class C title game where they lost to Gouverneur. Speed could best describe the 2016 edition of the Larrys.
We have tremendous athletes this year as a whole, and we're still very young. We just got to fix the lineup a little bit, but I'm very confident the coaches will have them ready. As far as team speed is something that we have a ton of.
Next up, a team that got hot at the right time and made a deep run into the postseason.
That team, Coach Sean Devlin's Gouverneur Wildcats. Gouverneur finished 4-3 in the regular season and beat St. Lawrence Central 31-6 in the Section 10 Class C championship game. The Wildcats would fall in the state Class C quarterfinals 49-13 to Greenwich. The Wildcats lost 8 starters from the defensive side of the ball to graduation, but have most of the key pieces back on offense this season.
Yeah, we have a lot of offensive guys back. Very seldom do you get like your whole offensive line back, in Gouverneur at least, but we have pretty much everyone back on the offensive line, which, you know, up here in New York, upstate New York, offensive line really wins you games, and you know, we're excited to build off that. We got a quarterback back, fullback, some guys, you know, some key players coming back. Like I said, on defense, we lose a lot. On offense, we keep a lot. So we got some holes to fill, but, you know, we're pretty optimistic.
Yeah, we had a great season, and I think our momentum that we had going from last year is going to translate onto this year. We have a lot of great talent moving up.
Well, that's a look at Section 10 teams.
When we come back, we'll have some final thoughts. Stay tuned.
Well, that's our look at area high school teams getting ready for the upcoming season.
We'll see you out on area football fields throughout the season as your teams look to win not only a sectional title, but a state championship as well.
Hey, thanks for joining us. See you at the games.